Hey y'all, so today I'm going to be making dumplings for chicken and dumplings. It's a family favorite and I wanted to share the process so you can make it for your family as well. A couple of things to go over, so you haven't seen a few steps because it's kind of lengthy, but I took a Cornish hen, water, some scraps like onions, garlic, carrots, and boiled it till the chicken was done and got the broth. So that's the broth and chicken I'll be using. That part's already done. I shredded the chicken and made the broth and strained the broth. So this part is going to be showing you how to do the dumplings. While I'm making up the dumplings, we will add the carrots in. And I have the stove on already. So pour that in there. And the chicken, shredded chicken, it's about how much we'll use. I'm going to go ahead and dump all that in there. Stir it around. I'm going to get that to a bowl while we're making the dumplings. Okay, so I already mixed the dry ingredients in. We have flour, baking powder, salt, and I think that's it. Like all my recipes, I'll put the recipes in the description, so you'll know how to do it step for step. But we will mix in the butter, soup, and milk. I'm going to pour all the milk, but I'm going to start putting it in and getting that dough texture. And we'll work it in, make it a dough. It's almost like making homemade biscuits, but you're not baking them, you're making them for dumplings. And we're going to add a little bit more salt, more flour, and just work it into a dough. And once we get it worked into a dough, we're going to take it on the counter here and work it like you would any other biscuit and cut it into small pieces. Alright, so we have our dough worked up, and I've been kneading it, getting it down, and I'm making this for my parents as well, so it's kind of a family dinner. So this is bigger than most. The recipe I'll show will feed about 6 or so people. But you're going to work your dough, work it till it's not really sticky. And you're not going to overwork it because you're not baking it. But like this, like that. And it's okay if it's not perfect. It's like I said, we're not baking it. So it's a little bit different, and my broth, kind of think of like the soup, is boiling. So it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. A little bit more. Chicken dumplings is really easy. It's pretty cheap to make. It's one of those good home cooked meals anybody can learn to make, and your family probably will really love. You can throw peas, carrots, onions. I just am throwing carrots and chicken. I use a Cornish hen, boil it, and then shred the chicken. So I'm gonna break this in half, just to kind of work it a little better. It's pretty big. Gosh, I really need an apron. I'm gonna work it now. I'm gonna take a break from this, and we're gonna focus on this. We're gonna give it a stir. Really firm wok. But it's getting to a boil. That's what we want. As you're dropping dumplings in there, you want it boiling. Now there's different ways you can do this next part. You can cut in biscuit shapes, you can just cut in triangles, however you want. I'm gonna get my roller. And roll some dough. Roll it out. I'm just going to use this cutter since I have it on hand. You can honestly use whatever you want. So I'm actually going to tear these apart because you don't want them too thick. When you make dumplings, you want to make sure they get cooked through. So you will cut those like so. Some of these wouldn't really have to be cut, but you don't want too thick of dumplings. So I'm going to keep doing this, and then when I get done, we're going to go over there to the stove, and we will finish the process of making chicken dumplings. Alright, so our chicken and dumplings is boiling. This next part is where we drop the dumplings in. Do one at a time. These are pretty small, so drop them in. And while those sit, I'm going to add a little more pepper. I've already done quite a bit of salt. And if you want a thicker, more gravy texture after dropping the dumplings in, you can add about a tablespoon or half a tablespoon, depending on how thick you want it and how much broth you got, of flour. And it will make it a little more gravy textured. And you just drop them like so, one at a time. And you'll boil them for about 15-20 minutes like this until they're done, and enjoy the food with some loved ones. But chicken dumplings, it used to kind of intimidate me. I thought it was a lot harder than what it was, but it's actually not hard at all once you get the hang of it. And it's a pretty frugal and easy meal once you learn how to do it.